This is that real. Hello, fellow targeted individuals that I like to call blessed and highly favored. So this is your boy Judah J. Another episode of This Is That Real. Now, what I've been going through lately is, my car situation. Gotta get a new car. Hey, all praise to the Most High God. He works things like that out. We just gotta keep doing what we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? That's what we have to do. We have to always keep our eyes on the Most High God. We have to always keep our eyes on Him and not take our eyes off Him. Never put our eyes on the enemy. Always keep our eyes on the Most High God. The Most High God, He tells us the devices of the enemy through the Spirit, through His Word. But we're not supposed to lose sight of who the Most High God is. That's the thing. That's the key. The key is not to allow the tactics of the enemy to keep us from seeing where the real power is. The real power is in our God. You got to realize, one of the main things Satan did was to convince the world that he did not exist. When in actuality, Satan has been given the reins over this world by the Most High God temporarily, as to test His children, to test those that will be with Him in His kingdom, those that will be counted as worthy to be in His kingdom. Now, a lot of people would say, oh yeah, that just seems like a cruel God, and why would He put His people through that? For one thing, we have to understand one thing. This whole targeted individual thing, like I've said before, it is all about us realizing that God is the one that can do everything. He can see everything. He can hear everything. Because we live in a world where it's see to believe, and you don't see God in front of you, so you doubt Him. While Satan is getting all these believers by giving them gifts, tangible things that they can see. And so they sell their souls, only to realize later, once they've made the decision to sell their souls and they get their familiar spirits, they get their gifts to be able to hear you and see you and all that stuff that witches and warlocks and people that sell their souls can do. They get those gifts where they have a familiar spirit telling them, like a voice in their ear, like a voice like you hear just like me right now, a voice in their ear that tells them everything about a person. So that's how those perps can do that. Some of them have been elevated. Some of them accept the mark, and so they got paid or whatever to follow people at first, and they wear little headsets and they get on their phones so they can hear information from their handlers. But then some of them have elevated, so now they have a familiar spirit. They've done a lot of jobs for Satan and all his people, and so now it's like they got to the place where, they've moved up. They get a familiar spirit. They don't need any headsets. They don't need any phones. You just see these people talking to themselves on the street that you know is following you. And all of a sudden there's a spirit that's talking to them, telling them everything about you. There's degrees to this. You have to understand, when we serve God, He says that we're going to go through some things. Stick with God. This is a short video. Hey, love y'all.